Hey there, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see just what is going on when it comes to your monthly astrology for December 2021. And just a quick reminder, I've already made 2 very in-depth videos about Venus retrograde and in Capricorn and Jupiter moving into Pisces for 2022. We will be touching on those a little bit in this video, but I highly recommend that you check those out if you want to get to, again, a deeper level of understanding of what those are all about and what's really going on, kind of in a bigger picture kind of sense. And you can follow those links in the down bar below, or just go to my main channel page and go to the Major Astrology Shifts playlist, and you'll find those there. Don't forget, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to like, share, or subscribe. And subscribe, I appreciate it, and engagement helps this channel out a lot. So, what's going on here? Well, let's talk about Venus first. We already mentioned it, and she's kind of on everyone's mind as we go into December. So Venus is in Capricorn all month long. And she's not retrograde the entire month. She doesn't turn retrograde until the 19th. She'll stay retrograde from the 19th of December through the 29th of January 2022, but she's direct the first 2.5 weeks or so of December. And this is your third house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, popularity, your peer group. And with Venus in your third house, the planet of love, popularity, affection, and favor, doing all of that good work in the first half of the month, you are getting a chance to acquaint yourself with a lot of new alliances, a lot of new collaborators, a lot of new breakthrough opportunities by getting a chance to create some serious strong bonds that could really launch your career, build your social life in a much, to go in a much higher direction or in a much more supported direction, start engaging with friends and with relatives and with lovers in completely new ways, really change the communication and relationship dynamics that are going on therein, and even adjust a lot of commitments or contracts that you have maybe been privy to or you have been subject to that you would like to transform to now work a little bit more in your favor. Venus in the third house direct is also great for assistance coming to you from third parties. You may be noticing in the first half of this month, there's a lot of matchmaking going on. Matchmaking for whatever you need. You need someone to hook you up with a new job? You got a matchmaker for it. Looking for new love? You got a matchmaker for it. Looking for a new place to live? You got a matchmaker for it. This is a wonderful time to let people in on what you're looking for. Now, after the 19th, Venus takes on a completely different tone. When Venus is retrograde in this area, now we're starting to see the shadow side of a lot of this enmeshment and a lot of this engagement and this involvement with all kinds of people, contracts, communications, peers, coworkers, collaborators, siblings, all of that. And that's because Venus retrograde is highlighting a lot of cracks, a lot of challenges, and a lot of elephants in the room that maybe nobody is really dealing with. And this could be, because it's a third house matter, this could be the way communication dynamics work, maybe having to go do a bit of rethink in the way we engage with certain people, or maybe do a bit of a rethink on the boundaries that we have and the way we let people communicate or engage with us, because Venus retrograde is all about highlighting where the insecurity, volatility, escapism, and immaturity is in our connections with our closest community. And where can we, instead of, going into the immaturity place, why can't we just leave it alone, just leave it alone, just leave it alone? How about we solve it? How do we come into a place where it's fixed for good, right? Venus retrograde is about the immaturity of just leave it alone, just leave it alone, just leave it alone. This is more about, hey, no. How about we don't let this exist a moment longer? How about we challenge the status quo? How about we get things into a place where we don't have to think about volatility? We don't have to be so preoccupied with what could go wrong. This can be something that brings up some arguments or some issues, especially in difficult social dynamics between friends, collaborators, teammates, clients and customers, and your own siblings, or possibly even your neighbors. You may be finding that there could be a lot of bickering going on. Always aim for the constructive at this time. After the 19th, I would be very careful about allowing people to get involved in your personal business or, again, play that helpful third party part, at least until after the 29th of January, because you may also be finding that suddenly all of this wonderful, helpful energy from the first half of December has turned either into incompetence or maybe even a bit of manipulation. And so unless you already know somebody to be totally, bona fide and true, and, they are capable of navigating this with mastery, I would make sure I would be extra careful and judicious with how I share my plans, my agendas, and my, again, my favor when it comes to who I'm letting people do favors for me and who I'm letting get involved, who I'm letting get too close in my personal business. All right. So that's a big part of Venus retrograde. And you may be dealing with a lot of looky-loos or a lot of busybodies as well. So make sure that your boundaries are respected and don't let the threat of insecurity, volatility, or immaturity make you fold. You may have to call some bad behavior out among friends, call some bad behavior out in your community, call some bad behavior out in your family or even in relationships. And again, immaturity is just leave it alone, let the elephant in the room smash the house. Maturity is, no, how about we just get the elephant out of here? Now, this is not going to be as intense in December as it might be in January, because we have the sun in this area as well, the second half of the month, as well as Mercury, really taking the edge off of the Venus retrograde experience. The sun is bringing attention, enhancement, and support. And so you are going to find that you are also finding means to take care of a lot of your own personal goals, your personal agendas. Again, bringing yourself into strong alliances and collaborations that are evolving out of alliances and collaborations that you already have. The ones that, again, are already true blue are getting equipped to do more work with and for you. And you may be finding that friends, colleagues, those that are a part of your inner circle are able to provide you with a lot more perfect help, a lot more perfect resources, and a lot more perfect hookups. And so you're not going to be going through this all by yourself. Mercury in the third house, the second half of the month as well, is speeding up the completion of a lot of old business, a lot of contracts, a lot of agreements from, maybe old business arrangements, old financial commitments, old relationships, or any kind of old clouds hanging overhead, old considerations that need to be left in the past so you can wipe your slate clean, and finishing up the fruition or speeding up to fruition, forcing fruition even, of a lot of pacts, promises, and commitments that need to be completed either by you or for you. The first half of the month, we've got Mercury and the Sun in Sagittarius, however, your second house of earned income, employment, your finances, anything to do with your values and valuables. And with Mercury in the second house, you are able to make money really, really quickly. It's all about communications, haste, speed, productivity. You're going to be finding you are making money in a way a lot of people don't think about making money very much these days. And it's about small things adding up. A lot of easy jobs, easy projects, easy sales, easy hours that add up super, super quickly. And so you are going to be not only having a lot more free time, but you're not, missing out on any of the wealth and abundance that is coming your way. We're also speeding up developments and progress towards maybe a more enhanced position or a more enhanced earning power that you're going to be gifted with here at the end of the year. And a lot of that is also coming with the Sun in Sagittarius, bringing attention, enhancement, and support to your work life, to your finances. And so you may also be finding you are becoming a magnet for attention, getting a bit of celebrity treatment at the office, celebrity treatment in your field, celebrity treatment as it relates to maybe how you are marketing yourself or your business. You're drawing in people that have what you need and want to give it to you. And with the Sun and Mercury together, we don't have to wait long until it's delivered to us. And so with the Sun here and Mercury the first half of the month, a lot of you Scorpio people are really getting a chance to set up a more lucrative normal for yourselves to start 2022 with. We also have Mars in your sign the first half of the month, the planet of action, passion, energy, anything to do with obstacle clearing. When Mars is in our first house, we have the wild card blessing of Mars. And so this is all about you deciding how you want to apply that action, energy, passion, and obstacle clearing force. What are you trying to make a permanent shift with in your life? Is there an obstacle you wish to topple? Is there a wall you wish to break down? Is there maybe something that has been standing in your way or maybe holding you or chaining you to something in the past you wish to escape? Mars is giving you the power to hurry this along. With Mars in the first house, you're also getting a chance to pull in a lot more support, again, from the true blue that are here for you. With Mars and Scorpio, we're developing a lot closer, intimate connections with our platonic support system, because Mars is all about bringing in the squad, bringing in the crew to go to work with us, to help us to fight our battles and to help us seize a brand new day. And that's going to be a huge theme of the first half of the month. After the 13th, we've got Mars going into your second house, earned income, employment, values and valuables, and you are going to be working a lot even as we close up the year and going into January. You're going to be finding it's going to be a very busy season. This is a great time for those of you who want to rack up that overtime money, or maybe even take on some extra money by offering to do some, maybe higher priced priority, types of works for people, take on some bigger incentives to take on some bigger projects. Just be careful not to burn the candle at both ends, especially as we get into the end of the year. Venus will be retrograde in your third house, and so you want to make sure you can keep your promises as well. However, with Mars in the second house, it's a highly competitive and highly profitable time for you. As far as the last of the planetary discussions I want to have in this video go, we still have to talk about Jupiter moving into Pisces on the 29th, where he will be pretty much the vast majority of 2022. So Jupiter, the planet of expansion, growth, wealth, and novelty, is moving into your fifth house of love, romance, creativity, recreation, and parenthood, your relationships with your kids. And when Jupiter goes into a romantic or interpersonal area like the fifth house or the seventh house, we have a lot of new blessings come to existing partnerships and to brand new partnerships or recently formed partnerships. This can show up in a way where we are stepping into not only a brand new quality of life, but a brand new status as a couple, where this could be a brand new economic status, a brand new status as a relationship itself, possibly even getting engaged or married or moving in together, very much like Jupiter in the seventh house. You and the Virgo people are having a tremendous love year next year. But we also have Jupiter in Pisces, bringing an opportunity for even a lot of you Scorpio people to monetize a creative or recreational passion that you have next year, whether you want this to be a side hustle or you want this to be something you truly want to have as your career, as the mark you want to make on the world. And when you do, you're going to find, yes, you are generating a lot of liquidity for yourself. It's a highly lucrative year all around, and you're going to have a lot of fun doing it. And this may be even something that you take on with a partner or with one of your kids. You may be noticing your kids are also coming into a very wealthy way, and a lot of the effect that they have on the world around them and on the family by extension is actually going to transform a lot of the landscapes you've been accustomed to. This may be bringing in more of that wealth, more novelty, more fun, more recreation all around. It's all around a beautiful, beautiful year coming up for you. The lunations of this month are also very transformative. We've got a new moon solar eclipse in Sagittarius, your second house of earned income, employment, as well as your values and your valuables. And this occurs on December 4th, but the window it opens up lasts until early March 2022. A new moon in the second house spells the opportunity for a completely new job or a new income or employment arrangement that essentially becomes a new job, a new status, a new title, a new source of revenue being created for you. Now, this is most likely something that will get its start during this window, but with the solar eclipse new moon, a lot of you may find that this is also changing the field, the population, the market, and even the vocation you're working in some way. This may be something that you are applying your skills to in a field or an area of the world or area of the market that you didn't know your skills could be applicable for or desirable for. You may find that this is also a time that sorry, I've got Persephone here. You may also find that this is a time that you're going to see an existing income avenue that you have yet to put to work for yourself starts to grow and become much more substantial than you had initially estimated. So if you've had work projects you've been not submitting, not putting out there, business ideas you've not necessarily been taking as seriously as you could, please, for the love of goodness, use this window to get a move on. We also have a full moon in Gemini, on December 18th. And this is opening up a window at the second half of this year for a culmination and transition in your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, as well as intimacy and self-generated income. Now, a full moon in Gemini for you Scorpio people focuses more on the intimacy. This is going to be a very hot, very electric, and very steamy end of the year for you. All I can say without getting too smutty is remember to at least spread some holiday cheer with people other than your lover. This is going to be a time where a lot of you are going to step into a completely new sense of comfort with not only your intimate expression, your sexual expression, but also the language that you use with partners and how you relate to partners. And a full moon is a very uninhibited, very carnal, very wild, very satisfying, very passionate time. And so be prepared. And again, this is not for kids, and I do not do readings for people under 18, but be prepared for a very wild end of the year. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And if you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.